The story of Pluto is one of highs and lows. At one point it was celebrated as the ninth planet upon its discovery in 1930, whilst at another it became a source of fierce debate when reclassified as a dwarf planet in 2006. This controversial decision didn't just divide the scientific community, it reshaped our understanding of the solar system, whilst seemingly diminishing Pluto's status. With its small size, highly elliptical orbit, and distant position in the Kuiper Belt, a region filled with icy objects beyond Neptune, the decision consigned Pluto to the ranks of frozen, geologically inactive worlds. How wrong we were. When NASA's New Horizons mission arrived at Pluto in 2015, it shattered every assumption scientists had built up about this distant world. What it found wasn't a barren frozen relic of the early solar system, but a place brimming with scientific wonders and surprises. Pluto defied every expectation, emerging as one of the most dynamic objects in the solar system. This tiny planetary outcast, relegated to the status of a lesser world, suddenly revealed itself as a world of hidden potential, one that even suggests the most unlikely of places could harbour the conditions for life. Before New Horizons, Pluto was a blurry enigma. Telescopes like Hubble had shown a fuzzy, featureless ball, but as New Horizons drew closer, its cameras revealed a landscape full of unexpected complexity and activity. At the heart of Pluto's surface lies Sputnik Planitia, a vast heart-shaped plain made of nitrogen ice. Its surface, remarkably smooth and devoid of craters, suggests something extraordinary beneath. Unlike most surfaces in our solar system, which bear the scars of ancient impacts, Sputnik Planitia appears geologically young, indicating that it's been reshaped relatively recently. This resurfacing hints at the presence of an internal process, one that could be driven by heat deep within Pluto's icy shell. But Sputnik Planitia isn't the only sign of activity. Nearby, Wright Mons and Picard Mons, towering ice volcanoes, add another layer of intrigue. These cryovolcanoes don't erupt with molten rock like those on Earth, but instead release a mix of water and other ices. An unlikely source of heat lingers beneath the surface, defying our expectations of this icy frontier. Even in the frigid vacuum of space, Pluto has managed to retain enough internal heat to drive these processes, suggesting that beneath this frozen exterior, Pluto is far from dormant. Could this hidden heat be enough to support a liquid environment below? And then there's Pluto's atmosphere, a marvel in its own right. Thin yet complex, it expands and collapses as Pluto moves through its 248-year orbit. Composed mostly of nitrogen and methane, the atmosphere forms intricate layers of haze that scatter sunlight, giving the sky a surreal bluish hue. This haze doesn't just affect the sky, it interacts with the surface, depositing organic compounds known as tholins. These are crucial building blocks of organic chemistry, created when sunlight interacts with nitrogen and methane. They're not alive, but they're part of the chemical toolkit that life needs to take its first steps. With tholins on the surface, heat in the interior, and a potential ocean below, Pluto seems to have assembled the basic ingredients for habitability. New Horizons also found that Pluto is a place of constant change. Seasonal weather patterns transform the surface as frozen nitrogen sublimates into gas, driving winds and reshaping the terrain. These processes shape the ice sheets, carving deep valleys and creating complex dunes of frozen gas. This activity is a reminder that even the most distant worlds are not static, they're dynamic, evolving places with history still being written. Pluto is constantly reshaping itself, adjusting its surface and atmosphere in ways we didn't expect. We may have diminished Pluto's standing within the solar system, but New Horizons has transformed its image from a frozen relic of the early solar system into an active, complex world brimming with scientific surprises. Its dynamic landscape and mysterious interior defy expectations. proving that even the coldest, most distant worlds can rewrite what we know about habitability. Pluto, once relegated to the shadows of the Kuiper Belt, is now renewed with a newfound scientific relevance, challenging our perceptions and suggesting that even in the most unlikely places, the conditions for life might be hidden, waiting to be uncovered.